no, okay, let's rewind.
Yeah.
How'd we end up on the news?
I landed it kind of like stiff, like my back was like, ugh, but it was a decent trick.
Did it hurt your back?
Skate with us at Woodward, Camp Woodward.
Woodward. We'll be at Woodward.
Woodward, Camp Woodward.
Woodward, yeah.
Woodward, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Woodward. We're going to Woodward.
Yeah. And Tampa Am, because I have more to say on this, apparently.
I didn't have enough room in my luggage for my helmet, my wrist pads, extra skate shoes, extra skate clothes.
We stood there with our skateboards and waved.
Cheers. It's Wanda and Cosmo. Get it? Get it?
I get it. I get it. If only we had a Fairly Odd Parent. Or two of them.
You've got two of them upstairs.
Oh, well, that's not what I meant.
I know. Come on, that was a good joke.
Very funny. Very funny.
Okay.
Man, if I had Fairly Odd Parents, though, I'd wish you were funnier. You heard it here first.
You couldn't handle it if I were funnier.
I don't know. I might be able to.
I might be okay with bigger
Who knows?
success
I'll
on the
never get to know. Man, how's that for a dagger? Starting episode 8, coming right for you.
Yeah, shot to the heart.
It wasn't to the heart either.
I know. And I know you think I'm funny enough.
Okay.
So, no big deal. All right, well, it's us, Wanda and Cosmo, back for episode 8. Think. Okay, so big news this week. We were on the news.
Wow, great pun, Em.
I
Really cool.
I didn't mean to say it like that, but I was just like, the big news of this week was that we were on the local news. It's funny.
Yeah, I mean, you could say local news, but honestly, you might call it regional news. Like, it was on a DC morning show network, Good Day DC.
Good day.
I mean, there's like local news, and I think of local news as like, I don't know, random towns. Jackson, Mississippi, Bozeman, Montana. Like, that's the local news. DC is a huge market. Like, that is probably more of a regional TV market than a local.
Okay, if you are regionally local to the DC area, did you happen to see us on your regionally local news this week?
I mean, duh. We appeared live at 11:15 a.m. on a weekday.
I'm sure you were at home watching the news.
But it was interesting.
Yeah, no, okay, let's rewind.
Yeah.
How'd we end up on the news?
We ended up on the news. We were on the news to talk about Woodward because we are headed up to Camp Woodward this weekend for an open ride session, and we're going to Camp Woodward later this summer in August for their adult camp. And
Woo!
they asked us to do do a news appearance about that, and so we did.
And who are we to say no?
I mean, we didn't have anything going on.
Yes,
why not? It was interesting. It was, so it's in a building. It takes the set and where it's being broadcast from is in like an office building in a downtown area that normally I would skate. There was a spot outside of the building actually, and I forgot to check it out after the fact.
That would have been a good bit.
It would have
made a whole bit out of that.
Okay, well maybe we'll go refilm it, but. You know, it's a building where I'm used to getting kicked out of the front of the building that looks like that. So it was very interesting to walk into the building with skateboards and then be let up.
We were so nervous they were going to try and make us skate on live television.
Yeah, I was not interested in trying to do a kickflip live on TV, mostly because...
How would we have explained that?
I don't know. I'm glad they didn't ask us to, but... Yeah.
You've been skating for 20 years. You're such a good skater. But there's no chance you can do a kickflip on live TV first try.
No, there's a chance. There's a very legitimate chance.
Yeah.
The problem is there's an equal chance of me not just missing the kickflip, but bailing on the ground.
Imagine landing primo on live television.
Yeah, no, exactly. There is a pretty viral clip of some guy eating it. I think he tries a tray flip, eats it on live television. I want to say no, I know, and there's an argument that could have worked really well for us if we're trying to get views, I guess.
So
but
funny, because like the woman who did the interview with us, Makia, she was so nice. But like, imagine if you had done a kickflip and just like not landed, fallen. Like she would have been like, oh, like that would have knocked her off.
That's what everybody's reaction is.
And I would have been like doubled over laughing so hard.
Well, it didn't happen. We didn't have to skate.
But it's funny just thinking.
Yeah.
Imagine. Yeah, so we didn't have to skate. We did stand there with our skateboards.
We stood there with our skateboards and waved. And then we did a seated interview with our skateboards at our feet. And I haven't watched the clip yet, but I would doubt you can see the skateboards in it.
You gotta watch the clip.
It's so cringe.
Great.
It's so cringe. I can't watch myself on like, I can't watch myself on that.
That's what I'm telling you is like, editing this back, this is cringe. How we did on live TV, we did a good job.
Okay. Well.
And the main message from our live newscast was come skate with us at Woodward.
Yeah, the main message is come skate with us at Woodward. We'll be there this coming weekend, so if you're watching this on Thursday when it's uploaded or Friday morning on your commute and you want to go to Woodward, we'll be there.
Yeah, if you have no plans this weekend, spend a day at Woodward. It'll be worth the drive.
In Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Woodward, Pennsylvania.
Woodward, PA. We'll be there.
Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about though.
Oh, that's all right. I'm a little nervous to go to Woodward because I haven't skated in a while because we were just in Europe.
Yeah.
And only you skated in Europe, not me. I didn't have enough room in my luggage for my helmet, my wrist pads, extra skate shoes, extra skate clothes. Plus, it didn't sound like we'd be skating a ton, so.
No, we were in Amsterdam, and I would say we had about collectively 2.5 to 3 hours to skate, part of which included getting a board. And Amsterdam does not have much to skate.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, the skate shop experience was like notably different.
The skate shop was neat. I mean, they had a ton of boards.
A ton of boards and records, also a record store.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it was just a different experience than all the skate shops we've been to.
Well, I think I don't want to speak for the Amsterdam scene, but I don't think it's a very
robust.
I don't think it's a huge scene. No.
Yeah.
They've just recently gotten some decent skate parks, but in terms
of being built.
We saw one being built right in like the downtown near the Rijksmuseum and the Van Gogh Museum. But other than that, I mean, I think we saw. Did we see any skaters out and about? There were two.
I saw like one at Rembrandt Plaza, like when we were getting a drink near Rembrandt.
Yes,
Plaza.
there was one that went there.
Yeah.
And then
when you started skating the other plaza, two showed up. So
we saw 3 other skaters in total, and we were biking around Amsterdam for
4 days.
Three or 4 days.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, we must have biked 20 plus miles through Amsterdam.
Yeah, but I can see why. Like a lot of the roads are brick.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It was compared to another city. We didn't see traces of skaters in terms of like spots.
Yeah.
Didn't really see many skatable spots after having biked around the city for that long. Only saw 3 other skaters. So yeah, it was a different scene, especially for European cities, which kind of have more public space and in particular ledge spots accessible than U.S. cities. It was interesting.
Yeah, you were so nervous. You felt like you were going to be so disruptive.
Well, I believe it's the most densely populated city in Europe.
Really?
I believe so. There's like 1 million people in Amsterdam, and it's extraordinarily dense. Maybe not the most dense in Europe, but one of the more dense cities there is. And it just felt like everywhere like the sound of a skateboard is going to disrupt 500 to 1,000 people.
Oh my gosh, you were psyching yourself out.
Well,
most people, when they saw you going, if they were like on their smoke break or like walking through, they just paused to watch. Nobody was upset. Even the bike coaches.
What's a bike coach, Em?
In Amsterdam, they have bike coaches staffed by the local city.
They're public servants.
Yeah, whatever. And they wear shirts that say bike coach, and they are there to tell, usually tourists, how to ride or not ride their bike in a certain area. So like I saw one in action, "Excuse me, sir, you may not be riding your bicycle here," is what he said. And that's what they did.
Did the person say thanks, coach?
The person didn't speak English. It was like someone bumbling through, totally unaware that they were the only person on a bike in the midst of a bunch of people walking around. Yeah. Anyway, the bike coaches did not care.
Yeah, well.
They were the local supervisors.
And I get it. And yeah, maybe I was a little psyched out. I was on my own.
Yeah.
But,
well, you had me.
Yeah, no, I just don't like being a nuisance and a major disruption. Like, those years are over, you know?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, you know when you see a motorcyclist go down the road and they are big and loud and you're like, man, you're so cool, guy. You know. Is
that sarcasm? You're so cool, guy?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. People think that, yeah. But when you're the guy on the motorcycle, which I wouldn't really know, but being on the loud skateboard that goes through a public scene and seeing all the heads turn, you're like, man, this is pretty cool.
But you weren't feeling cool.
Yeah, and then you hit 26, 27 maybe, and you're suddenly like, I'm just disrupting everyone's nice time. And so that's how I felt in Amsterdam.
Yes, well, you felt wrong because everyone seemed to appreciate it.
Yeah, well, and I got a trick I was pretty pleased with. I didn't.
Hot dog.
I landed it kind of like stiff, like my back was like, ugh, but it was a decent trick.
Did it hurt your back?
No.
No, your back was just.
No, I was expecting to see the clip and not like think it was very good, but I'm very pleased with it. So
all right.
That'll. Excuse me.
Did I film it?
You filmed it. That'll go in the video part. That
She's worldwide.
We got to wrap up.
International, baby.
We got to wrap up this video part at some point.
Okay, well.
I need like a last trick at this point, and it's got to be done. I haven't put all the footage in a timeline, but it's got to be 3 or 4 minutes.
Well, I think you need to pick your last trick.
No, we need. Well, I know the tricks I have, and none of them stamp apart with.
Do you want me to
good
do the
finality?
Last trick?
No, definitely not.
Why
You'd pick something crazy like a.
I said, do you want me to do the last trick?
Oh, that would take the pressure off me.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would be the best way to cap off a video part that's taken this long to film. I just, I think.
Are you sure?
I'm positive, but thanks for the offer. You should get a trick in there.
Well,
big pressure.
We should wrap this thing up soon.
This part? Yeah, no, I think if we find the right spot for you to do a ride-on grind and a pop shove it out, I think that would be the move for you. Of good, like, decent trick, it could look decent enough, but also
I don't feel like that
is
sounds
capable.
very cool. It sounds pretty lame.
We'll just have to film it cool.
I don't.
And you can wear a cool outfit.
No, but I want to be cool. I want to be doing a cool trick.
Okay, well, then you gotta get practicing more. So we got on this topic by you saying you haven't skated for the last couple weeks. So what are you gonna? You're trying to film a trick in this part. I mean, what's your deal? You haven't been skating? I thought you were in this with me.
Yeah, I'm the filmer. Why don't we talk about what I'm gonna learn at Woodward this weekend? Because I need to learn something so I can be in your video.
That's fair. What do you want to learn at Woodward this weekend? You can't name a trick. So,
Put me on blast.
I think we need to see where your drop-ins are feeling. See how those are feeling.
I should bring my knee pads, shouldn't I?
Yep, definitely. We should.
I wonder where they are.
You did. I was holding your hand, but you did a couple of like axle stall drop-ins. So you didn't get into the axle stall. You started it in it, but then you dropped into the ramp. So I think an axle stall is possible for you if they have the right size ramp.
Okay.
You could probably do a fakie tail stall as well on a quarter pipe, which is just dropping in, but you go up and then put pressure on your tail, and then
Go back.
the second half is just a drop in. So I think that's possible. You could probably learn those.
Okay.
I think front 180 might be a possibility for you
I don't
pretty
know
soon.
what that is.
It's a front side 180. You know when you ollie, you kind of naturally turn a little bit to the right when you do it?
Yes.
It would just be doing that on purpose and turning the whole way.
My whole body or just the board?
You and the board. If it was just the board, it'd be a shove it.
Right. Why can't I get the shove it? I mean, like, I can, but, like, I can't. Remember yesterday I was trying to do the ollie to fakie shove it? I couldn't land it.
Yes, I'm not sure that that's the most interesting thing to break down on this podcast at the moment, but I could help you with that in the future. Yes.
Okay, fine.
I mean,
Rewind.
yeah. What do you think?
I was just gonna ask if you knew what was going on with it.
Well, okay. What's going on with it is my guess, and I didn't watch that closely. You do them very differently each time. Like, I don't know how consistently you're staying within how you're setting up, and the speed you're going, and where you're putting your feet, and what you're trying to do. Because some of them you pop it right into the ground and it pops. Some of them you just kind of scoot along the ground, and I can't tell if you're just. I can't tell if you're putting your feet in the same spot, if you're trying to do the same thing, if you're thinking about what's happening when you do it. It just kind of seems like you're winging it, and different things happen all the time. And I don't know if you're thinking about trying to create consistent variables so that you can actually tweak what's going on. And based on your reaction, it sounds like you're just winging it, is my guess. So that's where I'd start. Pay attention to what you're doing.
Okay.
I struggle with it too. One of my issues with kickflips, especially like trying kickflips into things, is I play around with my foot position too much. Instead of just being like, this is where I'm putting my foot, and I'm going to figure out how to do it like this.
Okay. That's good feedback.
Yeah.
The other thing is I'd like to go into a foam pit.
Oh, yeah, you want to go into a foam pit at Woodward. There's one you could definitely go into, which is the one with the rail, because you can ride flat, and then you ride down the bank, and then you're in a foam pit. The issue with you going into a foam pit from like a launch ramp is that you're going to have to ride down the ramp to get you to the launch ramp, and that'll probably be the biggest thing you've ever rode down.
But could I do it? Probably.
I think so. Will you be able to do it first try without falling once or twice? I don't know. So we'll see.
Okay, so I have some good things to work on.
Yeah, and foam pits are fun.
Unless you get like a little something in your eye.
Well, you will. You just got to close your eyes.
I hate when that happens. What are you going to do at Woodward?
I don't know. My elbow has been funky.
Funky.
Yeah, I don't really know what I did to it, but it is all bruised and kind of swollen. In like not a swell, like I get swellbo. Actually, I haven't gotten swellbo in a long time.
Swole, bro.
But this is not that, and so I don't really know what's going on. So it's going to kind of depend.
Okay.
I'd
So
like to
you'll be
learn.
filmer.
Yeah, I'd like to learn something new. It's always the goal. I have some ideas of what that could be, but it really depends on what parks are open and what we're doing.
Would you learn a closer trick for your video part?
No, the video part would need to be more about us. I need to find a spot that.
Yeah, I know, but you said none of the tricks you have are like.
None of the clips that I've filmed. There are tricks I could do if you find the right spot that would be able to be an ender for a video part. Yeah.
Misunderstood.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be filming Emily. This will be Camp Emily at Camp Woodward.
Maybe.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Why
I
not?
could start a tripod too. I'm good at that.
Why wouldn't it be Camp Emily at Camp
Well,
Woodward?
because I might want to skate. Even if I do fall on my elbow and I'll be like, man, my elbow really hurts and is now super swollen, because that's what will happen if I fall on it. I'll still probably after 15 minutes be like, all right, well, I'm going to keep skating and just try not to fall on my elbow.
You're a crazy person.
It happens. And I know myself, so.
Can't help yourself.
Yeah. Not when I'm at Camp Woodward.
No way.
There's like 20 skate parks. Like, what
Can
am
you
I
believe
going to
it?
do? Film my wife skate? Maybe a little bit. I will.
More than a little bit. Think about how much filming she's done for you.
That's true.
You're sounding like an ungrateful husband.
No.
No.
I will film your best trick.
And more.
And more.
Every trick will be my best trick. Anything I learn to do will be my best trick. The bar is so low.
Do you think you'll be able to kickflip at Woodward?
No.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'll keep practicing.
What else we got?
Those are my topics, I think.
That's it?
Tampa Pro is coming up. Is that what it's
Oh, yeah,
called?
Tampa Pro is this weekend.
What is Tampa Pro?
So Tampa, where should I start? There's a skate park in Tampa. It's called the Skate Park of Tampa. And it is in a big warehouse kind of thing, I think a little bit outside of Tampa. And it's been around for a very, very long time. They started having Tampa Pro, I want to say in 1995 was the first year. There's also a Tampa Am contest. For amateurs, which back in the days where the structure of Pro and Am and then even Flow was a lot more like rigid, and you kind of had to climb, the ranks, and it was a very like specific route, and that was basically the only route to making a career in skateboarding.
Yeah.
Back in those days, in the 90s, early 2000s, Tampa Am was like a very significant notch on that journey where like any Am who wanted to go pro was probably going to be at Tampa Am and needed to place well. And if you win, it's a pretty good immediate stepping stone to turning pro in the near future.
Interesting.
It was in the Tony Hawk video games, Tony Hawk Underground, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground. The storyline in that game, like one of the things you do is you go win Tampa Am. So then there's also the Tampa Pro event, which is for people who are pro instead of AMs.
And that's what we're talking about.
And Tampa Pro is this weekend. And so it has, in skateboarding, where culturally, like most skaters, especially core skaters, don't care a ton about contests.
Yeah.
Street League started in 2010, for example. So like Tampa Pro had been around for 15 years already. And even then, the general skate community will all pay attention to and respect Tampa Am.
Yeah.
Whereas Street League, there's some people who love it, and there's some people who have literally never turned it on nor paid attention to what it is. And Tampa Am and Pro seem to have kind of held their cultural relevance in a different way. And so what it has now turned into is it's a huge event where like the whole industry gets together. Like if you want to see who the top 100 current pros are, go to Tampa Pro, and they will all be there skating this contest, and then all out wreaking havoc at the surrounding neighborhoods and bars that evening.
Do you want to go?
I would love to go to a Tampa Am or Tampa Pro at some point.
Maybe
I've never
we should
been.
go next year.
It looks really chaotic.
Yeah.
Tampa Am is probably will probably be like October, November. Tampa Pro is usually March or April.
Got it.
So yeah, Tampa Am might almost be more fun. If you want to see like the new upcoming talent and it's younger kids who are like super hungry, Tampa Am. Tampa Pro is going to be, well, actually, I don't really know. I've never been, but the vibe seems a little bit slightly more mature at Tampa Pro. But no, it's like a who's who of who's going. I know Taylor Clark, our friend, the comedian. He's going to be doing a set down there for Tampa Pro. A couple different people have asked if we're going. Some local people are doing a trip down there.
We didn't get our act together to go. I don't know. Are you invited?
No, you can be invited.
Tickets?
Sure. You buy a ticket.
Tickets?
I would assume so. I've skated the skate park.
Really? So you've basically competed.
No. It's a normal like indoor skate park, right? So I've been down there and skated that skate park, but the skate park changes every year. Like they change the course. So yeah, that's this weekend. It'll be interesting to see who wins.
We'll watch the highlights because we'll be at Woodward.
Excuse me. Maybe. I'll watch the winning run. I don't know.
You look so cheeky.
No, it would be.
Yeah, I'll watch the winner.
It's like it'd be really fun to go.
Yeah, but it's not fun to watch.
it might be fun to watch the live stream if you're not doing anything. Like I would, if I remembered it was on and I wasn't doing anything else, yeah, I'd flip on the live stream. But otherwise, like contest skateboarding like that, we're getting into a little bit of the nuance, but the Tampa Pro, Tampa Am format, I think there's a best trick contest.
Okay.
And then whoever wins the Tampa Pro contest and stuff, though, it's runs based, and I think you get like a 60-second run, and that's it. And you might get 2 or 3 runs throughout the contest, and your best score wins, or however they've structured it. Street League, on the other hand, and the Olympics format would do, and we talked about this in that video we made, but you do like a run, and then there's also a series of best tricks, and that adds to your score. And in watching it, like winning Tampa Pro carries way more cultural relevance and significance. Winning Street League probably gets you more money, and is the contest format, I think, is way more interesting, because I think that the way the best trick section happens, I think that it creates like way more suspense and like head-to-head competition versus everybody does a run, and after we watch these 25 skaters all do their runs, like we see how they're scored, and like nobody's skating against each other.
Yeah, it's not as exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, again, I'd watch it, I'd have it on in the background, but it's not like and I'd love to go, but the contest itself, I don't get a ton of, it's everything surrounding the contest that I think would give me a lot of value. It's not really
the contest itself.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, well, maybe we'll go in a future year.
Maybe we will go in a future year.
But for now, we're going to Woodward.
Yeah, and Tampa Am, because I have more to say on this apparently. Tampa Pro is like, it's all the pros you know and are familiar with.
Yeah.
Tampa Am these days, like the last several years, it's like 7 or 8 out of the 12 finalists are like Japanese kids that you've never heard of that are insanely good.
Interesting.
And that's going to be interesting because I would imagine that trend is going to continue.
Yeah.
I don't know what that will do to Tampa Am as a contest, but it's like the guy who won last year was a South Korean kid who did an insane run.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him, never seen street footage, don't know where
he came from.
Like don't know where I would find him, really. I'm sure I could find his Instagram, but I don't think he has a lot of street footage.
Interesting. He's a skate park rat.
Yeah, which, they're getting really, really good at it. It's just it's a different brand of skateboarding. So anyway,
we'll have to go one day.
that was more than you wanted to bite into when you mentioned Tampa Pro this weekend.
I might need a second coffee.
Oh man, okay.
I have some chilling in the fridge at home, actually.
Some iced coffee. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Lucky day.
Man, when are you gonna get an iced coffee sponsor?
I don't think I'm like obnoxious about it enough. As much as I love, to the depths of my core, love iced coffee, I just don't make a big enough deal about it for the people to know. And I just like black iced coffee. There's no pizzazz, Like, oh, get it Emily's way. There's no, get it the Skatewives way. No, it's just get it black.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe we could stop for an iced coffee on the way to Woodward tomorrow.
Yeah, we can get iced coffee on the way to Woodward. That's not like a big thing. That's like,
I'm excited.
it's the same as 1 gallon of gas. Like, sure, yeah, we can get you an iced coffee.
I know, but it's be appreciative that such small things bring me such great joy.
That is good. That is good. We are going to get you a size large iced coffee tomorrow. Extra large if they have it.
No, that's too much, because then I'll have to pee really badly.
What do you mean it's too much? It's not. You're gonna want a second iced coffee halfway through the drive anyway.
Right, but I would rather go get a second one than have one very, very large one that I drink, have to pee, and then I sit there with like a super full bladder for way too long. And then when I would naturally want my second iced coffee, I'm just drinking this like watered down iced coffee. Like I can't control myself and not drink the entire extra large. I want 2 opportunities to drink it. The size is not going to negate the second opportunity.
So what you're saying is we should just get a small or medium the first time.
I think
if it's all the same.
But I like the large. You know?
Just not the extra large.
It's too much. It's too much. It's totally reasonable.
It's a hypothetical extra large. I've never seen, like Dunkin' doesn't have an extra large iced coffee.
We're talking about the Dunkin' Donuts cold brew. Okay. Not the original iced coffee, the cold brew. And boy, is it good.
All right. I feel like we're just rambling at this point.
Okay, so to wrap it all up, where are we going this weekend?
Camp Woodward, Pennsylvania.
You should come join us, at least for a day. Come skate. We'll be there bumming around.
And if you don't want to join us this weekend, come to Camp Woodward August 21st to 24th for adult camp. And if you use code Skatewives at checkout, you can save $50.
Link right here. You'll go click it. I'll put it in the link will be below. Use code Skatewives for $50.
I was going to say, link right here. You're on your own for editing that. I don't know what your plan is.
I've done it before.
Okay, great.
Have you not been watching our podcast?
Let's see how it goes.
I'm going to start adding a bunch of text in. Wow. Ooh.
Do it.
I don't want to. It's too much work. Okay, with that, Wanda?
Cosmo? Why did I respond? You're crazy.
You are too easy. Bye-bye.